getting your documents. Let me tell you how to get your baby's birth certificate just a few weeks after she's born. Nobody tells you this. They do, but they don't. You have to piece together information from different sources, when in reality it seems like it should just be so obvious to authorities, people at the hospital, and how to do it. So the hospital tells you to wait 2 weeks, right? The person who records the birth certificate data and stuff. That's fine. The county, go to the website, say, okay, well, here you go, Orange County, right? Orange County Recorder's Office. You could go, but you have to do an online application first. That's fine. Result, good for 30 days. So I go. It's been over 2 weeks. And they say, I can't find it. I said, but you have it. They're like, yeah, but they need to send it to us. They, as in some other department, I guess, the health authority. So I call later to complain, the phone, and say, how come they said 2 weeks, right? Because the person there just telling me, oh, it's not here. It could take like 6 weeks. Like, so how do I know it's here? They're like, well, you don't. I mean, she didn't say that because that just sounds stupid, right? She says, you have to keep checking back, but you could call on the phone instead of coming in. So then, anyways, on the phone I was complaining and then saying, how is it not there? It's been 2 weeks. That's what they said in the hospital. Like, well, if you go to the health authority, you could get it there. Why didn't they tell me that in the first place, right? Instead of letting you figure out where to go, because all signs on the internet and the website direct you to the recorder's office, the clerk. Anyway, so I drove there. It was fast. Done in, there's one person in front of me. After a few minutes, I went there. She had me sign, and then she said, wait 15 minutes, but it's done in like less than 10. Easy, right? I mean, it's such an interesting thing, right? Figuring these things out. For example, passport, right? Apparently you have to go to a place that accepts passports. That's a big deal because not anybody can accept a passport. But, we went to the county today, and guess what? Lo and behold, there is no person in line. They will validate your parking. You're in and out in like, 10 minutes, maybe 15, because she was chatting with her colleague before we arrived. So that's the thing that's so interesting. Is, all this government stuff, right? Like my friend was complaining at the post office, they get to come back Fridays only to get your key. I mean, but I don't know if it's going to be ready next Friday. He's like, can I check on it? Like, no, there's no way to check, right? It's like all this information is available. But it's not just the government. It's like everything, like with Kaiser. Do you know that Kaiser only takes faxes and letters for like enrollment and stuff like that? Isn't that crazy in this day and age? Who does fax? But take that fax number and do @fax.kp.org and it's as good as a fax. You just email it. Isn't that easier for everybody? Why didn't anybody tell me until I talked to the third person about this process? Or the fact that when you enroll like a special enrollment, it takes like a month. It could take up to, say, 30 days. It could be faster, 2 weeks, but it may take a long time. My baby's only covered for 30 days under the mom. So if I didn't get on it right away because I didn't know how to do it, right, then it might be weeks after her insurance expires before she gets covered, right? They have a special team called the SAVE team. They can sign you up on the phone right away without documents. They'll have you fill out documents and mail it later, but isn't that simpler? Like, how do people not know about this? Or for example, Kaiser, if you need to do like a linked account or stuff like that, you gotta call them and bug them and tell them to expedite it, and then call them again. And then they'll do it. Otherwise, you could wait forever and they'll never do it. All these things are so interesting. And then the keywords, who to talk to. I mean, I feel it's almost like thinking about taboo and how you get to the answer. Sometimes the guesser, like the person who has you guess, jumps around from this word to this word and finally get to the right answer. Sometimes you go direct. But in life, government, big organizations, good luck getting someone who gives you the right answer right away. All you can hope for is getting a step closer every day, and finally, I guess you get there.